Hey guys, what's up? This is Jose Zavala, and welcome to the Making an Impact podcast. And this is a really cool podcast because we're going to be diving into stories, experiences of individuals who I feel are making a significant impact, not only in their business life, but also in their personal and in the community. Again, I'm your host, Jose Zavala, and in the first episode, I want to take a moment and just introduce myself, share my vision for the podcast, and hopefully you guys will go on this journey with me. Hey guys, what's up? Jose Zavala here, your host for the Making an Impact podcast. The reason I chose to go into this podcast world is because I really wanted to take a moment and just really share with you a bunch of stories, not only of myself, but a bunch of stories of people that I've been in the business with. For the last 15 to 17 years that I've been involved with real estate, I am a real estate entrepreneur. I started off as a real estate agent back in 2011. Prior to that, I did a little bit of lending. Now my business has kind of evolved into the coaching world, and I want to take you through all of that and how it evolved, how it is going now, and what it is going to look like in the future. But above and beyond all that, I also want to be very transparent with all of you. Above and beyond all that, I want to share stories of the person who I am, the people who have made me, the people that really play a huge impact on my life, right? So I'm gonna be sharing stories about my family, sharing stories about my relationship with my wife, the relationship with my kids, and how all that really plays a role into what I do. So I hope you guys enjoy this story. I hope that you guys enjoy the journey, because I promise I'll bring a lot of value to it. So I'm gonna take you guys back to about 2006 when I actually started in the real estate industry as a lender. So I was getting a refinance on my home, was introduced to a gentleman. That gentleman and I just really clicked and got along, and I just started working as a lender. And if you guys remember 2006, 2007, and even a part of 2008, things were really, really cool in the industry. There was a lot of people making a lot of money, and I was thankful to participate in that. But the recession came in at the latter part of 2008, had to take a job. As a matter of fact, I even moved my family to another state. And as a result of that, things changed. I wasn't happy where I was, but I needed to make income. I still also remember very, very clearly in 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, I got a phone call. I was driving through Texas, and I got a phone call from a friend of mine. And that friend of mine said, hey, you should come back into the business. And I quickly kind of put a pause on that because I didn't want to be a lender anymore. I kind of quickly discovered through that short period of time that I didn't want to do lending anymore. And he said, no, don't do that. Come and be a real estate agent. I'll help you. And that really sparked an interest in me because that actually changed the trajectory of my entire life. So I went home, shared the story with my wife, and not to go into too many details, but we decided to, come back to California and for me to change my career again and become a real estate agent. So I started selling in 2011 and was privileged, and I was blessed by God that I started to produce at a very high level. And in 2015, I had an opportunity to open up an office. And I had the ability to open up an office, and my business kept evolving. And as a result of that, I am now where I'm at, which is a real estate coach. And during this podcast, I'm going to share a lot of stories about that. I'll be interviewing a lot of people that actually helped me through that. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoy it. And if I can take you guys back really quickly also, in hindsight, the conversation that I had with my friend, the root of it is that I needed to make a decision and a commitment fast. I knew that although money was good where I was living, I wasn't happy. And I needed to make a decision, and I needed to make a commitment to better the lives of myself and my family. It probably would have been a little bit of a setback financially, but I knew that the long term would pay off. In the long term, everything, the decision I made, the faith that I had in my decision, the faith that I had in myself, that would pay in the long term. And as a result of that, here I am now. So if you're able to kind of relate to that story and you're battling with an internal struggle about making a commitment or making a decision, go with that gut and make that decision. Have faith in yourself, much like I did, and commit. What are you going to lose? This story all wraps up around me, making a decision, a fast one, by the way. I did speak with my wife about it and she was fully on board. But after that conversation, I went all in. And you guys right now, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're becoming a real estate agent or a lender or whatever business that you're in that you're listening to, or I'm sorry, whatever business that you're in and you're trying to get into, make that decision. That internal struggle is just our mind fighting with our heart. And sometimes you got to go with your heart. You got to trust that gut and you got to go with it. So now that we've talked about decisions and commitments and how important those are, let me tell you how I got to where I am, because all you're seeing is a product of a bunch of decisions and a bunch of commitments. For those of you that don't know, I am a real estate coach. I didn't start my business as a real estate coach. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even on the radar. It wasn't in the business plan. A lot of the things that I have done in my career, from owning an office to being a recruiter to being this and that, it wasn't in the plan. But I'm a firm believer that if you continue to do what you're supposed to do, and what I mean by that is growing daily, God will reveal his plan to you and ultimately help you with that purpose. What I tell my clients right off the bat is I need you to identify what you feel your purpose is. And see, in the beginning for me, it was money. Let's shoot straight here. For anyone getting involved in this business right now, they're doing it for the money. And I get it. I was there too. But the money idea quickly goes away when there is no money or when you're not happy and you're making money. Not that I wasn't happy, but I knew that there was more. So there was more that needed to be done. The mission wasn't accomplished yet. I wasn't being fulfilled. And it was through the years, because I owned an office for almost 10 years. And during that 10-year period, that's when I was able to discover that my passion was to help other people in their business, to help other people identify their purpose, and to help other people produce as a result of them identifying that purpose. And that's my passion now. And as a result of that passion, yes, we make a living off of this. We are financially sound as a result of this. I am passionate about what I do. And I think that's what really sets me apart from a lot of the real estate coaches in the field, is that I genuinely give a fuck about what you're doing, not only financially, but emotionally, spiritually, physically. Because if you're able to take care of all that in the beginning, the finances take care of themselves. That's what I do, and that's why I love what I do. So the vision for my coaching program is to help tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people get out of their comfort zone, number one, by learning a skill that I believe is lost right now, which is learning how to ask questions. At the end of the day, we are in a service-based business. We got to have conversations with our clients. We got to know what questions to ask. As a result of the questions you're asking, you are bringing value. And that's a key thing that a lot of people don't bring anymore. They don't bring value. What is your value? What sets you apart from the 2 million other real estate agents in this country? So we help you with your confidence. We help you with knowing what words to say, how to say it, when to say it, how to handle an objection, because everyone has an objection. Everyone has a friend in the business. Everyone can do it for cheaper. That's an objection. But how to handle that objection and ultimately close them. And that's the difference. And that's the vision, is to help you build your confidence by teaching you the words to say. And if you say the words that we teach you in the way we teach you how to say it, you will make more money as a result of you being more confident in your own skill set. But above and beyond that, what's super important right now is that you will be collaborating with literally hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of agents, not just in your marketplace, but throughout the country. And that's a beautiful thing. because you can then call somebody in another state, in another city, in another time zone and say, hey, my man, how did you get here? Hey, what did you do here to get this? Because we provide a safe environment for that. We provide a growth environment for that. We encourage that. We support that. And everyone in my program is of the same mindset. So you're probably asking yourself, how does the podcast tie in with the coaching? And I'll make it very, very simple. In order to know where you're going, you got to know where you're at, and you have to understand the root of it all. And I will be exposing, I will be sharing stories, I will be very vulnerable and transparent in my stories on who I am and what makes me. Who is Jose Zavala, right? Because Jose Zavala is much more than Jose Zavala. And in order for you to grow in your business, you need to identify what your priorities are. And I'm going to show you what my priorities are. Because I am of the belief, and I can almost guarantee you, that if you schedule your priorities correctly, the business will show up naturally. I'll share with you the mistakes that I've done in my past where I have scheduled business first and where that led. But when I changed my priorities, business came naturally. Now, would you rather force business to happen, or would you rather have business to happen naturally? And I'll be sharing all that together with you guys. So if this resonates with anybody, I would greatly appreciate your consideration in subscribing on Apple, on Spotify, if you're watching it on YouTube, to like it, to comment, to share it with people, because again, I'm gonna bring a different side of the business to you all. And I think if you do the same for yourself, your business again will automatically grow. It'll grow naturally.